Okay.
And we're live.
And we're live.
Hi. Okay, well,
FanGirls.
oh
Thank
my God. Okay, well, hi. My name's Serrina, and I'm here with my gal pals, Julia, Emily, and Jimmy.
And Jimmy.
Jimifer is fine too.
I don't know. Oh, okay, Jimifer.
I'm just kidding.
Or
Just Jimmy. Just Jimmy. Jimmy's fine. I'm still a man. Alright? Got my tools. Gonna do
What?
manly things.
what's a good name, like a girl version name of Jimmy instead of Jimifer?
I came up with Jennifer.
I was gonna say Jim Nancy, like Nancy, but like Jim Nancy. But then that didn't work when I said it out loud.
Jimancy.
Jim Nancy or something.
Oh, you Jimancy, huh?
Or like, what is it? Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Jim Elizabeth.
Alright, so leave a comment in the comments below on what my girl name should be. But anyways, what are we talking about tonight, Serena?
We are talking about the sounsenkyo that happened
Like
3 weeks ago.
Oh snap! It's already been 3 weeks.
Better
Oh,
late
man.
than never.
Oh man, this relevant news, urgent news, guys.
Breaking news,
Sounsenkyo
guys.
Sounsenkyo results tonight here on Fangirl Talk.
Whatever. But pretty much, yeah, we're gonna talk about it now because better late than never.
Hmm.
And yeah, whoops, I'm dumb. I forgot to enable a chat box, so I'm sorry about that. If you do want to say something, you should probably tweet it at me or anyone else here, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But for now,
Twitter open.
we'll just have like a little, girls talk by ourselves.
So nice and intimate. It's been so long since just as gals have got to sit together,
Yeah.
talk about things.
So let's catch up. What did you guys do the past 3 weeks? or to make it simpler, this week.
Okay. I'll start.
Yeah.
So I've been recently trying to go through all the NMB CDs that Osaka Joe has been so good to lend me because it's like $200 worth of shit. Over 200 because I think it's just one of the box sets.
Oh gee, yeah.
I'm like halfway through. So excited. This is what I got. Yeah, and then plus another two here. So, but the last ones I have are it's Request Hour 2014, and then the Summer Tour, and then 2/3 of third anniversary.
My God, you're like going through all the big ones. I just watch like some like LODs once in a while.
Yeah, but I like the concerts though. It's like so.
It's big.
Yeah, the production is just nuts.
Exactly.
You know what's a cool job? So they actually hire like I think maybe 2 guys that will watch the entire concert and they'll take notes at which times there's a panty shot.
Oh yeah. So
Kitagawa Kenji, man.
Oh my God.
Serena's dream job confirmed.
No, Milan's dream job.
Let's not name drop. Please.
That's pretty smart though, That's like something, a small detail that saves.
I wouldn't want to get paid for that.
But
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure you get tired of it after a while.
yeah, you become desensitized. Like when you're a gynecologist and you look at 100 vajayjays every day.
No, but I mean, aren't you curious? Like, if people like do the performers wear? Because they have shorts, right?
Yeah, like the Spanx.
Yeah.
So I think they do
the safety shorts.
But it's just like, they do it as a just in case thing.
Well, and then sometimes even the Spanx may not be enough, you know.
You guys are
Like when you-
dancing, you know.
And then
Yeah.
you get aren't you curious as to like what kind of underwear people wear?
No.
Cyanide wears
Like-
beige.
Yeah. God, they're awful.
Or what is it? What's it called? E-girls?
Oh,
Aya wears
the
what is it?
T-backs?
The T-backs. And then Shizuka wears, what is it called?
The
tidy
sporty
ones?
ones?
Oh,
No,
those
the
sporty ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with characters on it, like Tweety and stuff.
See, aren't you curious? Like, Jimmy, if I had to guess, I feel like he would be wearing, like, a Marvel superhero one. Like, Batman or something.
No, I don't really see that.
Marvel, Batman is DC, but
Oh my god, are you doing show and tell?
Girl talk special. Everyone's show.
Are you gonna show and
no,
tell?
I won't be lewd. I won't be lewd. I'll keep my laundry over where it is.
You can describe it to me since it's a podcast.
In
Well, I am also of the sporty variant because I am a very active person, so all my underwear tends to be very plain, and they hold very snugly everything in place, so that I
It's
can
better
do.
if it's plain, I think.
Well, just it lets me do what I need to do. It's
Is it cotton? Because you need cotton so that it breathes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I only wear cotton clothes.
Do
Well,
they even
sometimes-
make ones that aren't cotton though?
Yeah, like when I had like compression like underwear, I wear like that only lasts like one gym sitting. I can't I can't wear it, be like, I'm just gonna go to the gym again tomorrow and take a shower afterwards and be gross. Like, no, it's like you work out and you're done. Okay, those things are done. They're spent. So a tip to all you fit guys: wear those
The
once,
fit ones.
go work out, and then just put them away. Wash them. They're done. But anyways, enough about my underwear.
Did anyone else do anything
My bad.
this
Yes.
week?
No bads here.
But
Wait,
what were
what
you
have you
saying?
been up to, Emily?
I was in Honduras this past week on an engineering project.
What's
So that's-
Honduras?
It's a country.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious. I've never heard of this country.
Oh, it's a country in Central America. It's a bit south of Mexico, north of Brazil, Central America.
Somewhere in there.
It's
Yeah.
south of here.
Yeah, it's actually just south of Guatemala. But anyway, yeah, I was there for 5 days on an engineering project, and I got really gnarly bug bites that got super infected. So that was kind of the highlight.
I was so curious, but I don't think I can handle it.
no, they were really gross. Like
Okay.
I showed the guys of Basugatsu Bakuhatsu, and they both said it was pretty gnarly. So
Yeah,
I got
No, I saw them. I saw the pictures. Yeah, they
they
were.
hurt. But yeah.
Wait, what, are they better now?
Oh yeah, they're better now. They just look like scabs now.
That's good at least.
Yeah,
Scabs
so
I can handle.
Yeah, I can cover it with the Band-Aid, no problem.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was pretty much my week. I didn't do much in terms of idling because I didn't really have time.
That's fine. I didn't really have time either, so I'm kind of behind. But I'm not behind for the sounsenkyo.
Oh.
I would hope not. It's at least.
What do you mean? It's breaking news.
Oh, my bad.
We're the
This
first
just
to
in.
report on it.
This just in, everyone.
First.
Sounsenkyo has finished.
But just to go through my week quickly, I moved into a new house.
Hey!
So yesterday I showed my room to NSK, and I only had a blanket. But tonight I have a pillow.
Yay!
Moving on up.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
But it's okay. If anyone's curious, I actually don't sleep in this room yet. I forgot to bring a mattress. Out of all things I forgot to bring the mattress. So I just kind of bum on their couch. But it's not too bad just because I'm not really here. I'm kind of either working or going out. So I haven't really been sleeping a lot. I've been sleeping maybe 4 hours a night.
Jeez.
Serrina, that's not good for your health.
But it's I'm having fun, and I was also working on this podcast for you guys.
Well,
Did you see that like hand? You see that hand wave? You see that hand wave? I was putting up the vision that you guys can't see because you're not in my mind, but there's a vision.
Okay.
Yeah, but long story short, the house I lived in last week was really gross, and they partied, and they had a bag of meat that was rotting in the middle of the living room, so I dipped and I came here. So
it's probably a health hazard of its own. Yeah.
Yeah. 30 flies! 30 flies were swarming around me while I was cleaning.
That's disgusting.
Ew.
That's
You know the neck of the sink, right? Like how the sink has a neck?
Yeah.
on the faucet?
So-
You mean?
Yeah, the faucet. But pretty much, I came around and I was gonna go wash some spinach leaves because I wanted a spinach salad. And I didn't even notice until I turned on the water that the entire neck, the faucet, was covered with flies.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, we can wrap it up there.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I couldn't survive there comfortably. So I dipped and I came here. And
Yeah.
now I live in this echoey room.
Visiting
is
my
better.
friend's sorority house has taught me that like any image I had of women being cleaner than guys in general, just out the window.
Yeah. No guy should think that a girl is clean until they see it themselves.
Like this, guys. Oh.
No, my
Ooh.
room's cleaner because I don't even have anything. Look how clean my floor is. Look how clean the walls are. You see that?
I'm in the process of moving, so don't look at anything besides.
I have couches behind me.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's move on to the breaking news.
Breaking news.
So excited to find out what happened.
So on the night of sounsenkyo, all four of us actually watched it together with.
Oh.
Emily.
No, Emily wasn't there.
Oh, Emily wasn't there. Oh,
That's
Emily.
okay. I was there in spirit. I was there in spirit.
She had finals the next day.
Yeah.
That's right. She wasn't in Namba corner because.
I actually would have been sitting with Jimmy probably. Not gonna lie.
Sunshine Sakai.
You traitor!
And Nagoya corner so good.
I'm more on the SK side.
It's okay.
I was sitting on the miscellaneous couch. me flipping 10K, but sure. But there were some good screams and grunts that night.
Yeah.
From the fan club.
Lots of good moments and reactions.
I
lot of
plugged
times-
the
yeah.
Bossa Gospel video, but it got taken down.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing. The only thing I know that I appear in is when I'm trying to do the N sign.
Oh, yeah.
N sign.
That's master. Whoa! Yeah.
You show up a few more times, but
I think
let's
it's
hope
this
they
way. Is
upload
it
it
this
somewhere
way?
else, like Vimeo or something like that.
But
Hopefully.
Yeah,
So- what is the sounsenkyo? Tell me, Jimmy.
Sounsenkyo is approximately the largest event for the AKB48 group that happens once a year during summer when the fans have the opportunity to vote for their favorite members, deciding who will participate where in the next coming single.
Is that definition written by Google or by Jimmy?
It was by me right now. I'm so glad I didn't stutter.
Yeah, but
Was that
Jimmy
comprehensive
pretty much-
enough?
Yeah, pretty much. You vote for a girl, and the girl is ranked upon by the number of votes.
But
Actually,
unfortunately, only the top
The top
80
six.
can make it.
Top
80.
no.
80
Yeah,
now.
top 80. I was thinking of 84 for some reason, but no, it's 80.
But I saw a really good analogy on Twitter. It was like, oh, if Sounsenkyo was the All-Stars, then you could vote your favorite player into the All-Stars.
That's pretty much what it is. I think that's what inspired the like election.
The
They just
yeah.
wanted to know who the all-star members were.
Well, actually, the original concept of the election, as reported, is that people were sick of Achan always being the center, and they're like, well, it's true, and they're like, well, what if she's not the most popular member? Like, what if we want a different center? And like people kept complaining to them, like, we don't like the girls you're picking for Senbatsu. Like, it wasn't just Achan; it was like all 16. They wanted something new, and so then there was the election. And then we have like Sato Amina getting 8th because the fans really wanted her in Senbatsu.
Oh yeah.
And then
and then we see
center
what happens.
anyways.
So yeah, so Senbatsu, sounsenkyo votes, they're like a chance for fans, I think, but they don't determine, the rest of the year.
Like that one.
Yeah, do you think fans have like a tendency to give it like a lot more merit than it may like actually be worth? In terms, because like you just said, it doesn't really determine the rest of the year, right? But then everyone seems to think like, oh, my girl made it this year, so things are turning around, guys. Like, here's our chance.
Yeah.
It really depends on the member. Like, there's a handful of members who ranked, decently and didn't get anything, but then there's some that ranked and all of a sudden, it worked out for them. So in that sense, it definitely depends, but I don't know. I think fans latch onto it so much because it's like their one chance to actually have some say in what's the decision gonna be. So I think that's why it's so popular.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's move on. So, I generally don't predict the results of sounsenkyo just because I don't know. I kind of want to be surprised rather than think it out, like who might rank where, but I know most people like to do it, so did any of you have any predictions?
Yeah, for sure.
Who did you think, oh yeah, go ahead, who do you think would rank #1 this year?
I thought, like, realistically Sashi would get #1, but I was hoping for Yukirin. I mean, we saw what actually happened, but I guess we'll save that for later. What about you guys?
I was very like dishonest with myself this year, and I will eternally regret it. I told myself, I wanted to see Yukirin #1, because it's still too early for Serrina, my Oshi. But then as the event went on, like my heart showed me that I truly wanted Serrina to win, and.
Aww.
And I was like, oh,
if
only I was more honest sooner, maybe things would have been different.
Maybe if you were more active in the Serrina Illuminati.
I spent so much money.
Power voted her, man.
I told myself I would
see it. Like, what is it? Like, all the CEOs of the companies in Japan are like, hey, so how much did you contribute to Serrina today? How many did you vote for today? Today's first day votes.
I sold
all that stuff. And Jimmy's like that one little intern or little assistant in the back that's handing them the water bottles or something. It's just like, senpai, I gave her 4 votes. Did I do good?
I ended up doing 8 this year.
Wow.
I told myself I would stop at 3, like a single and then 3 votes on top of that. And then I ended up buying 4 more.
Better than me.
I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling.
Better than me.
I had 2.
Oh, where did you predict your Oshi to rank?
I totally thought she was gonna make it. Okay, well, for Sayane, like, she's like my actual Oshi, and I thought she was gonna make top 3. But like my other one, the one I was really rooting for, was my SKE girl, Hidaka Yuzuki. And she ranked pretty high in the preliminaries, but she didn't make it in the end, and I was just heartbroken. So that's what happened for me.
It was like
what about you guys?
Right? In the prelims?
Yeah, she was 49 in the prelims, and she dropped out. But then there were like other girls in the prelims who were lower than her and stayed in. So I was like, ouch. The fans did not. I know, they didn't come through.
Yeah, well, that just shows, how unreliable prelims can be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, first day? Come on now.
I mean, for some members, they're satisfied just having their name appear on the first day results.
This is attention. It's press
Like Fukuoka Sena, her only wish was to at least make it in first day results. And after that, after her name was there, her fans just kind of like stopped, and they're planning on saving their money and their votes for next year because they want to like power vote her like a lot higher for her first rank. So that she's satisfied, and her fans are satisfied too. So there's that.
Yeah.
How about you, Julia? Where did you think your Oshiman would rank?
Right, so my Oshiman is also Yamamoto Sayaka. And so I predicted, I felt like from my like 2 or 3 whole months of being into idols, that like compared to last year, she'd been getting a lot more popularity. So then I was hoping she would at least rank up. Like I was thinking like third to fifth. Mostly hoping for third, but realistically feeling like it would be on the lower end. And yeah, that didn't happen. Even though I felt like I was like, Jimmy, I'm gonna put in so many votes. Although initially I was like, okay, I'll put in 1, and then things happened, and then I put in like 20.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Jesus, woman.
You could have given those votes to Maida Ami, and she could have possibly ranked.
Yeah, because down there, not 20 votes actually matter.
Yeah, down there but this year was crazy. You needed at least, I think, 12,000 or 15,000 just to rank.
It's really impressive how many votes they get.
Yeah.
A lot of girls did a lot better and still like ranked down. Like in terms of like overall votes.
Yeah.
Like Serrina?
Like I think, oh man, that kind of hurts. Like the fact that your number of votes increased, but not your rank.
But it's just the inflation though, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's still good. Like at least she had like a really healthy, like growth because, that shows that she is becoming more popular. It's just like you got those other guys getting power voted in, and then there was like a bunch of people who didn't participate, which also like sort of made it more unpredictable.
It's like that feeling when you're kind of like you and your homie are rivals with each other in terms of basketball, and like you try really really hard, and then you make it onto varsity team, but then your homie who also got onto the varsity team ends up being captain, and you're thinking, what the heck? Like,
I don't know if that's a great analogy.
No, but okay, let's move on. That's probably like, I'll think of another one.
Well, like for some like numbers and stuff like that. If you guys want to make your graphs and such.
Yeah.
Sayaka actually gained 30,000 votes approximately.
Yeah, that's weird.
And she stayed the same.
Or Shimazaki Haruka. She increased in votes too, but she went down.
Yeah, but her growth was much smaller.
Yeah, Paru gained like 6,000 votes, and she went down like 2 ranks. Serrina gained 15,000 and went down a rank.
See, but like that's still the disappointment. It's like, I did improve, but it wasn't enough. Other people improved higher than me.
I was disappointed. I mean,
now my corner died.
It was back up. Yeah, you can all see and loop it because that was really disappointing. But I think she's still like up there. Kami 7. Still happy about that.
Hey.
There were a lot of like, even though like there were some disappointing ranks for us, there were a lot of like really impressive and good ranks too.
For sure.
Like I'm super stoked. Like Milky's back in Senbatsu, Churi's in Senbatsu. Oh man, there was good stuff.
Because
Tom's in. Muto Tom is in.
Muto Tom.
Yeah. Also, Fuchigami Mai.
Yeah, what the heck? I'm so happy for her.
Yes! Oh man, I was actually really happy.
Goto Risako, oh my god, all of the SKE fans were like jumping. It's like such justice.
Another one that really surprised me was, not surprised, but made me really happy was Okada Kana. Because
Oh yeah, I voted for her.
Okafan? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how, you know, she was injured a lot, so she didn't get to perform, but then she still ranked despite that. So, oh man, that was some good stuff.
Yeah.
And my favorite. Oh yes! Oh man.
Takooch, guys.
Me and Jimmy were so hyped.
Oh my god.
Man. Or just, I think, yeah, go ahead.
I think because I was just talking about like the other day. I feel like she's such a underappreciated member, like in terms of just overall ability and like, I'll just say it, girl is fire, you know. And so I was just like, oh man, I don't know, like I don't see her ranking, but I would love it. And then number 76, they called her name. So good.
Wow.
But yes.
You know, it was what is it? My homie Mogi Shinobu ranks.
Oh, Shinobro, yeah.
Yes. And she ranks pretty high too. So I'm really glad. Oh man, 57. That's really nice. Right under Umeda Ayaka too.
I was really stoked to see Kumasaki Haruka. She's an SKE 6th gen, and like she was also injured too. Like Okada Kana was, like she like in her prime, like when the SKE Kenkyusei had like a stage, she was injured for that, and then she rallied back and she has all these fans now, and it's cool because it's like it's another sign that like these new gen girls actually have support behind them, and it's not just like management desperately trying to get them popular. Like it's working. So
yeah.
Right.
I was so stoked for her.
Well, as the Namba Corner representative right now, I was really happy that Namba got some, or NMB got some more rankings in this year. Like just like 2 more, I think it was something like that.
Well,
Uka higher than Shu.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was
oh no, that's cool. I was just thinking, like, especially with the prelim results, it was very like I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I think what I was really happy about was Uka getting in there. Mostly because I know Joe was like rooting for her, so I was like, okay.
I was rooting for Uka too.
Yeah, and then also I voted. I think I threw 1 vote to Nagisa. No brain.
Oh, she's a cutie.
Mostly because like I just watched the Motobu-kun special like right before the election happened. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna. Or no, it was that one. It was like the Christmas special. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw you a vote because you're so funny. And then so she was like, what, 50 something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, much higher than I expected, especially since it was her first year.
Yeah, she was 58.
You know, right after my homie Mogi Shinobu.
Mogi.
Oh man, you guys, I was so happy. I think just because she's a fellow Maida Ami Oshi, that like I needed support. And also, I really like Mogi as an idol anyway, so man, I was super hyped. Right after they called her name, I was like high-fiving everyone, and then after that, I was like, okay, I'm pretty good for the rest of the sounsenkyo.
That's enough, I'm done. Bye,
Yume
guys.
dance, though. Ever since Gingham Check, man, she's just been
dropping. Poor thing.
Because like by the time they announced Next Girls, I didn't give up hope, but I just wasn't as hyped up in case they called Maida Ami, just because I was thinking, you know, I don't think Maida Ami made it this year, but for now I'll just root for the other people I like.
I think like just looking in general, a lot of the girls who ranked this year are new gen girls. Like, you know, they've joined in recent years, and there was like even a couple draftees who ranked. Well, only one. So does Serrina from SKE.
Yes.
She ranked.
I thought 2 ranked.
I thought 2, but looking at it, I don't see the second one.
Okay. You know what really made me happy? When, well, I don't know if it makes me happy, but I think SKE in general just had more members ranked this year.
Yeah.
And
it was more young members.
Yeah.
And Chudy ranking made me really happy. ranking in Senbatsu, just because
I love birds.
I love her.
She's my favorite. Oh man.
But I think so my previous SKE Oshi was Furukawa Airi, and I think a lot of her votes just went to Judy.
Oh, for
I
sure.
think a lot of Matsui Rena votes went to Judy as well, just because the three of them are really close with each other. And yeah, one that did surprise me was Oya Masana. I didn't expect her to rate 10 ranks higher this year.
Yeah.
I actually expected her to drop.
I think the thing about Masana is that she's gonna be the second, like she's one of the last first gen members left. It's her, Serrina, and Rena's graduating. So I think a lot of like the loyalists are gonna go towards Masana now. Like I don't think she'll ever be dropped from Senbatsu just because she's kind of all they have left besides Serrina. And she has a huge presence in the group. Like everybody respects her and stuff. Like she's a pillar for SKE. I think.
I think Tani Marika doing as well as she did.
Oh my god! I didn't see
like,
that coming.
I think that was like
I
a
actually
huge,
didn't see that coming.
No, for like that transfer to SKE being successful.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because
it's
otherwise,
been really successful.
Yeah. I was like, if she doesn't do well, man, like I don't know. I don't know. So.
Yeah, when they had her as like the hidden center for their most recent single, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, is she really popular enough? And then you look at her ranking, and it turns out she is.
Damn.
So I know. So finally, management got something right. Is kind of my feeling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Us Nagoya people can finally
hopefully
soon stop complaining. Like,
the election is like the biggest thing for SKE fans. It's such a big deal.
It's all we
I feel like this year was a lot more fun than last year.
Why?
I don't know. For me, it felt more fun because last year I think it was a little bit more predictable.
I think so too.
Oh yeah.
And then this year, I don't know. I felt like there were even more Senbatsu spots that even made it even more interesting. And the fact that there's a lot more push future gen people, because last year there were future gen, like, oh, future gen are going to rank, but they didn't. So then I felt like this year people were going to push even harder. So now these are all like little teenagers looking.
People were really bummed about Harupi though. I feel bad for her. At the same time, I'm like,
bittersweet for me.
She's 17 though. Like I mean, her rank. That's really good.
It was bittersweet. Like I wanted her to rank into Senbatsu, but I love the fact that she's center.
Yeah, same.
Like, I'm just gonna say this. I've always been a bigger fan of Harupi than Sakura for.
I'm a bigger fan of Harupi than Sakura.
So of course I'd rather have her, but like, you know, having her in 17 is still really good. And then at this point, like, I don't see Sakura like really leaving Senbatsu level ever. No hate, Sakura.
Ooh, you know what's a good one? Kitahara Rie.
Oh my god! Oh man!
Oh man! So fine this year.
So impressive.
Nugget still relevant.
Redemption.
The Nugget
from all those years
relevant.
of declining, went back up 6 ranks. Or no, not 6, 8 ranks.
Yeah, it's crazy because before this year, we never had a girl that dropped from Senbatsu and came back, and now we have Rie and Milky, so it's really cool. It was a cool year.
Just gotta, you know, go on dramas and show your underwear.
Yes.
Seriously.
I think that's always good. Did anybody watch that?
I saw the screen caps.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I was like, oh, I don't think that was the moment I was like, I don't think I can watch this, but. I might give it a chance now.
Maria's always down for like stuff for entertainment.
She's always super funny.
Yeah, man, she's so funny. But I don't know if you guys know. Do you guys know Riko P? Sakaguchi Riko?
Sakaguchi Riko, yeah.
Yes. Oh man.
She's an HKT member. She's like their sexy character.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like their sexy like chief leader.
Oh,
but
she's actually an adult. Okay. Every time I hear like HKT's sexy leader, I'm like, no, please.
Oh man, and I love the fact that Sashi said she would rank, but she said she would rank because she has a lot of older men fans, and I'm laughing so hard because I'm thinking the Illuminati. Rico P has her own little Illuminati.
I feel like Sashi is in the same situation though. Like, doesn't Sashi also have a lot of older men fans? I don't know.
feel
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like she has a more all ages range.
Oh, probably because of her comedy.
Yeah, well, she has like probably like the most media presence. I feel out of everyone in Sinbad, So I'm not completely surprised that she blew. Well, I'm surprised that she blew everyone out of the water the way she did.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not surprised that she won.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, oh, this is fake. So I'm like, okay. I mean, sure. I mean, how could the one with the most variety shows and the most TV appearance and commercials possibly win? I don't know. But 190,000 votes, man.
That's like $2 million.
Yeah, dude.
For her only.
Yeah.
Like okay, Mayu was 165,000, Kashiwagi was 167, and then Sashi comes in 194,000. Peace, girls.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Drop it like it's hot, guys.
But it's crazy because they're
realize?
still increasing. Like, they still increased from last year, even if, like, Mayu got more votes than last year, even though she didn't win. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the numbers, if you added, what's it called? It would take Yamamoto Sayaka plus Jurina in order to beat Sashi Hararino.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, do it, Emily. We can do it.
We can do it.
Like the
take
fact
down
that you have NMB Center plus SKE Center in order to beat HKT
Queen Mother.
Yeah.
Grandmother, form mother.
Or if you put it in terms of like formation, she's a front row member. She's not like center, but she's like front row member. Yeah. But like the fact that you have to have like 2 group centers in order to beat her, ooh, that hurts. Like the company imagine if Sashi Hararino graduates. Like
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that is gone.
But I feel like that's money that'll just go to other girls, right?
Maybe, maybe not.
It goes towards.
Because Sashi, kind of like out of all the members right now, she has the highest revenue just of like her own private work. So I wouldn't be sure if like that was money that would go to other members. Yeah. Like I don't see like the same variety shows if Sashi were to like leave to be like, all right, well let's find another idol to fill in for Sashi. Like, they just want that sassy.
Oh man, like just adding all the upcoming girls probably wouldn't be Sashi Hararino.
Probably not.
Oh no.
This is too much math, guys. This is too much math.
Sashi Hararino equals 1
I'm
group.
gonna get the calculator out.
Plus, it's like for Sashi, there's like that forum in China that surfaced like a couple years ago. I don't know if they did it again this year. But like that's the thing with the election. Like you can vote multiple times. Like it's not like a normal election where one person has 1 vote. Like, what do you guys feel about that? Like is this like the right way to do it? It's like, is it a better business model? Probably, but is it right?
Yeah, it's a business model wise.
Well, it's definitely a better business model.
I know, but like, do you agree with it? Like, do you think this is like a good representation of what the fans want, or is it just like who has the most money?
Definitely, in my opinion, who has the most money, and I definitely don't think it's like.
I don't even think it's like who has the most money, but whose fan base has the most money.
Right.
Because that one guy that drops a couple thousand votes on
Cowtan?
No, on
he sold a house for Cowtan, like.
I guess a Moe.
Yeah.
Last year, some guy, I think he dropped like 2,000 votes on her or something, and she didn't rank. But
that must be frustrating.
She didn't rank in the prelims or on the actual day. So I'm just thinking, even if you were the richest man like in Tokyo, Or no, let's not say that. Let's just say like a rich man in general. Even if you're a rich man in general, there is going to be other people that are more rich than you, or a little group of people that will have more money than you. So I want to say fan base that has the most money.
Alright, I'll say this, guys. The entire Undergirls together will get second place. Or Undergirls, upcoming girls.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh wait, no, hold on. I might have done the wrong numbers. Keep
I
talking,
don't have
never
enough
mind.
money for this, guys.
No, okay,
Oh, you
no,
know-
no. I think
You know what made me real happy? Satsumide. Yes.
Oh man, Sumarin.
But let's get back to the
Right.
multiple vote question.
Sorry.
Yes,
Shout
the question at hand.
But yeah, just a little
Focus,
shout out.
girls.
But what's it called? Man, that sucks though. Like even if I spent my entire paycheck on my Naami, it wouldn't be enough to like have her rank. Because
But then it's like about the cumulative effort, right? That's the exciting thing, you know?
But then you
Because
can
then you
also
can
have-
all rally around this cute little Japanese girl.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you could also do that with just one vote per person.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
You know, like, because at that point, it feels like there's more meaning to it, right? Like, my vote actually counts,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because, okay, like, for me, for example, I spent, to me, a lot of money, you know, like, more than I'm ever willing to spend on, like, you know, any other girl.
Let's be
No,
real.
I'm just kidding, but, you know.
Yeah,
like, I
if,
mean,
if your future wife finds this podcast, I don't think she'll be too happy.
That's rough.
here's an $80 ring, because that's my limit.
Damn, that's rough. Like your girlfriend has to ask you, did you spend more money on Serrina and her votes, or did you spend more money on me and my birthday present?
I feel like this is a conversation that we could go way in depth on, like how
Oh,
hard it is to
man.
have a girlfriend while being an Idol fan.
We'll
Oh,
save
I
that
think
for another time.
that's
But,
It's all good.
For another time.
yeah, but I was just gonna say, like, you know, like, okay, to me, I spent like a lot of money on votes, right? But then, you know, when you really think about it, it's like, okay, my votes were really just like a drop in the bucket of Serrina's collective votes. You know, did I really do anything? Did she need my 8 votes? When it gets to like these ridiculous numbers of like 105,000 for Serrina, or 194 to win, like, you know, it's like, do individual votes really matter at that point, right? And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like doing like a 1 vote per person would be not only like a better indicator of how popular the member is, you know, but an actual like, you know, yeah, it makes you as a fan feel more like you're doing your job, rather than, you know, like, okay, I'm sorry, I can't sell off the R&D department to my company that I own to buy votes for Serrina. Illuminati, forgive me. But I mean, it's certainly not going to make AKS as much money, so I don't blame them for not doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I will argue for the other way, because it's kind of strange. Because when I first got into this and like was learning about the whole election thing, I was like, oh, it's kind of like bad that they basically exploit fans so they can sell more albums by putting in like, you know, this voting system. And then like my opinion changed, and then I ended up buying 20. But that was because like it was more like I wanted to show my support. And then I knew that it was important to my girl. So then I was like, okay. First I was like, it was like a gradual happening. I was like, okay, I'll buy 10. I'll buy 5. I'm like, oh, I'll buy 5 more. Oh, I'll buy 10 more.
Oh my god.
And then, but then also, like, that aside, because I did put in like a few votes for, so I put in 1 for Nagisa, and then I put 1 in for, or I put 2 in for Kanakichi from NMB. And then like, but I wouldn't be able to do that if we were on a single vote system, like 1 per fan. So then I would be worried that like, oh, okay, it'll be even harder for the girls who are not as popular to get voted in, because then like, you know, what if you like 3 girls?
But
And
then they won't have to deal
What if
with,
you're a
like,
DD and you have 20 Yoshi-men?
Right, but then it's you know, you want to support more. What if you want to support more than 1 girl? Then like you're limited.
That's a good point.
I did not think of that, but
I know
then maybe you should be a dirty DD then, huh, Julia? How about that?
Well, I already told you
I'm just
guys.
kidding.
Look, I don't know 1, and then everyone
Um,
else.
I know for some groups of people, people can't afford one vote. So what they'll do, they'll split one vote with each other,
Ah.
or like they'll kind of group buy
That's what I did
and
for
split costs. Yeah.
I did that for the Okada Kana Fund. Like, I didn't buy a full vote for her. I bought like half a vote or something. So I was like, I don't like her enough for the full vote. Like, I need my money for Chick-fil-A, but I have my poultry needs. But but yeah, I think that's actually a really cool idea, and it's a cool theory.
It makes things a bit easier and more accessible.
And it makes it feel more like a community. Like, it kind of encourages you in a way. Like, oh, if we all chip in, we can make a difference kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And it works. Like,
so I think so. I do think that the one vote per person limits people a lot. So I do like the fact that it's unlimited votes, but I don't like the fact that it's unlimited votes.
I mean, there's pros and cons to both.
One vote per person per girl.
That's. But then you just vote for every
figure
girl.
out how to check that. Yeah. Figure out how to check that.
Your ISP, your email. I don't know. I'm just.
Phone number.
Yeah, but then you just make more emails.
And those are the people that deserve to win because they put that effort in.
Wait, what if it's by phone number? Because I know for mobile mail, you have to, or for NanoGoGo, you have to access it through your phone number. And if you don't have a phone number, you can't access it.
Yeah, but then it's national, or like they make it really hard for like the international fans to vote in. So for basically everything else they do that needs your phone number, you gotta have a Japanese number. And so then
that's true too.
All right, let's just have our own sounsenkyo. People, please vote for Emily, Julia, Serrina, or myself.
Oh man.
Please send me 105,000 points so I can be 5th place out of 4.
Okay, well, so I know a lot of people go to handshake events and they'll tell their member, oh, I voted for you, or oh, I feel bad, but I gave you only one vote. How do you feel about that? Like when fans go up to their idols and tell them that I voted for you, or I put in only one vote for you, but the girl didn't rank.
I think that's horrible. Like, to me, it's like, why would you say that? Like, she's probably already sad or disappointed enough. Like, don't remind her, kind of thing. And she'll be like, it's kind of like, well, if you feel so bad, why didn't you vote for me more, or something like that. Like, it's just kind of like an awkward thing. Like, what's she supposed to say? Like, sorry, I disappointed you. Like, there's nothing good.
So, like, if your fans told you they voted for you but you didn't rank, would you also feel a sense of, like, doubt? Just thinking, oh, did that fan only say something nice to me just because they were right in front of me,
Depending on her personality, probably either doubt or just, like, disappointment. Like, I'm sorry I let them down, or, like, are they really being serious? Like, it depends how skeptical the girl is. But
wait, so are you talking about people lying about saying that they voted for someone? Or are you talking about for, like, because, like, lying about vote, because you're kind of introducing like saying it just in whether or not the girl believes them.
I want to say, like, before and after, because I know, like, sometimes people will say, oh, I'll vote for you, but then at the end maybe they spent their money already, so they couldn't vote for them.
Well, that's different.
But they already told, like, or, okay, I guess. Or
if that was me, I just wouldn't bring it up. Like, oh, hey. Like, but if it was, like, if I was in a situation where the girl didn't rank, or let's say, I finally get my handshake with Serrina, and
would you tell her that you voted for her?
I told her I voted for her, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I voted for you 8 times, and we're I couldn't think of anything, but I'd probably just, like, at the very least, just be like, like, try to encourage her, like, hey, you still have my support. We'll try harder next year. We'll see what we can do. Let's Ishoni Ganbaro. Like make it like a 2-way thing. Like, it's on us as the fans to push these girls too, and things like that. I don't. Because it is kind of sucky when it's like all about just them and like, oh, the fact that they didn't do as well as they had hoped and things like that.
Because I know Suda Akari, she dropped like 8
Oh,
ranks or
man.
something. Or 8
she was destroyed.
Yeah.
Poor
That
thing.
poor Babby.
Yeah, like she dropped 8 ranks. And the fact that like she dropped 8 ranks when she was 10, like top 10 last year, it kind of makes me, if I was her, I would start kind of questioning my fandom, just like, what happened? Was it people just bought more votes for other people, or was it you Oshihen to other people, or maybe you just couldn't vote?
She had this
lost.
horrifyingly long blog post about it, actually, like recently, after the event, and she was talking about that. She was like, I don't really know what happened, but I'm sorry, like, you know, if I've become an idol that you don't want to support, and, like, she wants to, like, be reborn as an idol and, like, start from basics again, because that's how she got all of her fans in the first place.
Yeah, like, I would question myself, too, like, oh, did I change, or did I do something, or did I not update myself to present trends or something? Or it's just a lot of questions I would have in my head if I was in her situation.
She is. Okay.
I think the complicated part is that it's not just like, oh, is this one person more popular than she was last year? It's, is this person proportionally more popular compared to 200 plus other girls in this entire group? So I think it's really hard, like, to gauge.
Well, because I think that's the thing, though. I mean, it's a constant battle of like relevancy, you know, of trying to stay relevant in such a large group. I mean, because she's one of the girls that not only like went down in rank, but she actually lost 5,000 votes. So just about. So you know that's. You know, I mean, we can't really put a face to it because we know like power voting is a thing and stuff like that. But you have to wonder like, okay, where did those 5,000 votes go that were here last year? You know, and especially when you see some of your peers gaining votes or gaining ranks and things like that. You know, so.
I think what made her popular in the first place was that she was literally placed in the corner. That was how she started. Like she was a back row member, and her crazy dancing and her crazy facial expressions made people notice her. And then she like if you see her perform, she's like, oh man, she's a character. But like that's what got her popular. And now she's like captain of Team E. She's constant senbatsu. Like in a way, she's kind of lost that like underdog charm. So I think that's part of the reason people are like, oh, she's fine, she's made it now. And, you know, I'm sure her loyal fans were really hurt by it too, so I think next year she'll be back. But, you know, it hurts for now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, I want to say complacency, but, like, I mean, I guess that's the best word I can think of. I don't want to, like, make it sound negative. It's just, sometimes people just don't get as much money one year, you know, Tsuda? Like, it's okay, girl. People still love you. It's just we're broke from last year. You know?
Oh man, her blog post was super long about it. Like,
oh gosh,
it was so bad.
In that Suda style.
Yeah, no, seriously, all of her blogs are so long. And then she talked about it again this week or last week on SKE Zero Position, like their TV show. I'm like, please let it die. Like, move on with your life.
It's okay, girl.
I feel so bad for her.
But... girl.
Yeah,
I'm a vote for you. Yeah.
I know that if I went to go for a handshake in this crazy alternate universe where I have the means and opportunity to do so, like I would only bring up like the amount, like if I voted for a girl, if it was sort of within the like relatively recent and relevant time. So like if it was right before elections or like while voting's going on, or maybe like right after, but only like briefly. I'd be like, oh, I only put in 20 for you. I'll try harder next time. And then like we would laugh about it, and then you know, and then we'd move on to something else. After
what would you do if she cried and she was like, "That's it"? I was counting on you.
Right, she did laugh. Oh man, what if she did?
Then there'd be that really awkward moment where like, fuck.
Then you just wait for, you just say, "Jikan desu."
I turn to the guy. The guy is looking at his stopwatch and beg him to take me away.
I will only tell her like how many votes I spent if it was like something stupid, like, oh, I sold my body on the streets of San Diego for 5 months so I can afford to get you like 100,000 votes.
100,000 votes.
Yo, this
That's
body.
a pretty good rate for
I don't-
a hooker to say. For 5 months,
God.
you're
For 5
making
months, if you're working every
100,000
night.
times 10, that's $1 million. $1 million in 5 months as a hooker, that's pretty good.
Yo,
That is
this
pretty
yen,
good.
this the exchange rate.
Mm.
The dollar is stronger now, so.
There you go.
I mean, well, if it was within that month, then I would tell her that I voted for her.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate the fact that like someone voted for me and flew all the way to Japan just to tell me that. And that's still money. That's still money. So I appreciate the fact that like you put in some of your resource to help me. So I would be, even if it was late, maybe like half a year later, I guess I would still be happy about it. He's like, thank you. That was 6 months ago, but thank you. You know,
I probably wouldn't bring it up that much later. Just because, like,
6 months later, it's like,
you don't want to put salt on the wound. You know?
Hey, Merry Christmas, I voted for you, by the way.
I don't know. If it was me and someone told me, I would still be happy. I would be like, wow, thank you. You know, better late than never.
Well,
Or
especially like if you're international fans, I feel it's different.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not like you can just make a weekend trip out of it. Like, oh, better go tell her I voted.
But yeah. So, do you think that we should continue having a sounsenkyo or not? Because I know some people don't like having a sounsenkyo because it's a popularity contest and it's more of a popularity contest on money and fans and media exposure and a lot of other factors. And it's also like the fact that you have to buy the CD too, and that pushes up sales. Like I'm not saying I don't want the sounsenkyo, but I know some people have brought it up, and it made me think: is it nice to have it, and do the pros outweigh the cons for it? But for now, I think for me, the pros do outweigh the cons.
Well, I think like when you get into like the inflated sales and things like that, people try to make competitions that don't really exist. You know, like well, AKB only beat this band with sales because their fans buying more than one copies of singles, and it's just like however well AKB doesn't really directly influence how a J-rock band might do. Like I've seen people do that, and it's like there's completely different demographics. Like I don't know what's the point in arguing and things like that, And so I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of saltiness. I think most people, especially when they look at sales, kind of already understand that that's a big part of like the 48 group is these like giant sales maneuvers, and it's just like
it's
okay,
just a
so
business tactic.
yeah. So take those sales numbers for what they're worth, but it's not really a direct competition in my opinion. So it's like I like the event. I think it's fun. So I just think it's like one more thing that fans can actually take part in and enjoy. And so if you don't enjoy it, just don't participate. Suck it.
The way I see it as a business tactic and also a form of entertainment because it's an event for everyone's entertainment. So everyone's paying for it all at the same time, and I'm thinking, wow, this is a really expensive event of entertainment that I'm putting money, or people are putting money into.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, like the only thing I have against it is the amount of waste it produces, like all the CDs that get thrown away.
Oh yeah, that too.
Other than that, like as an SKE fan, I think it's great because if you look at what SKE girls get from management, like the non-Senbatsu SKE girls, I've talked about this so many times, but like Senbatsu is a really big deal for them, and so Senkyo in general, and it's a big deal for the SKE fans, and so like I think it's cool to just kind of be a part of it. Like voting for an SKE girl feels good to me, So I'm like, oh yes, take that, management. Like, we'll show you.
Yeah, we got Tech 7 in. Yeah, underestimate us again. We'll show you what for.
That's how it feels for me. So I like it. I have fun with it.
Do you think that, do you like the fact that they made it so that all the 48 groups could participate, or would you have preferred it to be AKB only because it's for an AKB single?
Well, like, if each sister group had their own sounsenkyo, like, I guess that would be fair. But at the same time, I think it's kind of cool to see how the girls rank, like, in relation to each other. And then it also shows, like, group power. Like, seeing SKE girls beat AKB girls, it shows, like, hey, we're taking over, like, the mothership or whatever. So, I mean, that's also part of it. Like,
I think,
so,
like...
Group power, huh? Maybe I'm
sorry,
salty because I'm an NFB fan.
I just feel that, like, the sounsenkyo single is, like, the one single I'm okay with, like, having sister members in and stuff like that. Like, I feel like people talk about, like, AKB, like, I think I mentioned this before on, like, if not this show, another show, but, like, you know, people talk about AKB having this, like, identity crisis as far as, you know, only the same members are popular, they have no future members and stuff like that, and you know, maybe that might be true to, like, the mainstream audience and things like that, and not the WOTAs and stuff, but, you know, if you keep filling up all of your senbatsu positions with every single with, like, you know, SKE girls, NMB girls, and HKT girls, it's like, you know, all those spots could be going to a more future member or something like that, an up-and-coming member, and, you know, give her some exposure, help her gain some popularity, and then maybe you wouldn't have as big of an identity crisis. But
yeah, I think they do it to themselves.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
So at least give us the sounsenkyos.
Another question up to debate is whether... Oh man, I don't like this question. But
I mean,
like,
I will just chime in. I didn't really get my turn on that question, but okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Poor Julia, not before
I'm so sorry.
Bow down to Nagoya.
I'm so sorry.
NMB, the forgotten group.
No,
sorry.
Why?
While he was answering, I was kind of like thinking, like, was I supposed to like say something, or like did I forget to mention something? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, like, even though NMB doesn't do as well, like, and there's like a ton of reasons for that, or so people have said, like, you know, who's gonna, like, their power base is like supposed to be in, you know, Osaka or Kansai region, and then like, why would they buy, you know, the tickets for like stuff that's gonna be going on like so far away, and then like, oh, they just like don't care as much because, you know, the non-senbatsu NMB members have all these other like shows and stuff to be in, and then like, so they're not as concerned. I mean, there's like a lot of reasons I've heard, but regardless of that, like, I still think that the event in general is very exciting because, like, even like just hoping to do better is like, there's like that thrill, you know, and then there's like the entertainment value that we've already mentioned before, and I mean, if not for NMB, just like for the enjoyment in general is like a great reason to keep it going. I think it's definitely something I'd like to do again, especially watching with friends. Hey. So.
You know what happened in my first sounsenkyo? I fell asleep and I woke up right when Shino the Mariko announced her graduation.
No.
So.
Oh my God.
My first sounsenkyo was watching the top 3 results with an announcement, a graduation announcement, and then I read all the other results later the next day. So I had a wonderful first sounsenkyo viewing compared to yours, you know. But yeah.
It's because of the people I was with.
But yeah, the question I had in mind was whether some people had a debate whether Nogizaka 46 should participate in the sounsenkyo or not. Personally, I said no because in my beliefs, I still see Nogizaka 46 and the 48 group to be two separate rival fandoms. But many other people argue that the 46 group is part of the 48 group. So they should be allowed, or they would accept them to be in sounsenkyo. And another reason why I don't want Nogizaka 46 to participate in the sounsenkyo is because I think it's, I don't know, I feel like if they were to I think it's a good thing. I do agree that if they did participate, they would be participating against the entire 48 group. So wherever they did rank, that would be a really high achievement. But at the same time, I don't want them to get involved in the 48 groups management decisions and weird shuffles and weird events or announcements, like all that stuff. I like to keep my nogis in Nogi land. But
pure sacred Nogi land.
Yeah, I'm like a freaking purist. But But I do admit last year when Ikoma Arena was a concurrent member and she ranked 14, I felt like that was more of a, like it was a little like Ikoma Arena was a representation of the Nogi fandom. So that was an achievement, yet I was still disappointed because she only ranked 14.
Oh.
So the fact that she was a representation of the Nogi fandom, for me, she felt like the representation of the fandom. And she only ranked 14. How will that distribute with the rest of the members?
Right.
And how many of the Nogi people would rank in the 48 group sounsenkyo? Like, I don't want to know, kind of, at the same time.
Because I feel like even if they were to participate, like, there would still be, like, the purists, too. So it's kind of hard to say exactly how popular the girls really are comparatively, because a lot of people, because of the rivalry setup, a lot of people would still be like, oh, screw this is an AKB event. I'm not going to buy an AKB single to support this bull crap, like, even if my Nogi girls are in it. And, it's hard because I would have agreed, like, 100% before, but then ever since, like, the whole, like, Rena, Ikoma concurrency stuff, I'm just, like, this whole rivalry thing, I don't want to say it's, like, a farce and it's nothing, because it does mean something, especially to the girls. But I'm just like, I don't know what management's trying to do or what they're trying to pull with this anymore, It
was like a really big debate and confusion the day of the concurrency.
Yeah.
Like not the entire Nogi group, but a lot of fans and members questioned whether they were good enough. Like the fact that they need to be concurrent in their rival group to learn from them and to gain help from them kind of hurt some of them thinking, am I not good enough? Or was my,
I think personally, I've always thought concurrent positions were purely an economic thing. Like the only reason they did it was because they knew they could get more money from both groups. And Ikoma being in the election and announcing candidacy, like whether it was completely her decision or not, it was a ton more money generated. And that's why I think it's kind of, in a way, a miracle that Nogizaka hasn't been put in the elections yet, because that's like a huge cash bank. They're just, they're sitting on it, but they're not doing it just out of respect to the fandom. And perhaps Sony has something against it. We don't know. But I don't know, like, I think, in a way, this is like the biggest solid they could do for us. Like, it's kind of like a show of respect on management's part. Like, we know you don't want to be... They know the Nogi fans want to be separate, and so this is, like, the best they can do. And, I'll take it. Like, I don't want the two groups to intermingle that much either, even if there's a huge monetary benefit for management. I like it this way, so, no, I wouldn't want them to join, but if they do in the future, I can completely understand why.
Yeah, because I feel like Nogizaka is, like, very distinct from the 48 group in its own way. Right, and that's like a benefit of them like not really intermingling and having a chance to develop as their own group, and like a lot of the members call it like we have our own colors and stuff like that, and just like it's because you grow over time without this like influence from these other sister groups and things like that, because you're the rival group, and it shows over time, like the way they do things, the way they organize themselves, the way they present themselves is very unique, and it would just be a shame for it to all get muddied and become like the same blur of things,
Would you want Nogisaka to have their own sounsenkyo?
Oh, I'd vote for that shit, like, so fast.
Yeah, I go for it. I mean, the problem is that they only have, they have less than 40 members, right? Or about 40.
They have 38.
Yeah, so...
Oh, wait, but Rena left, so 37.
Yeah, so having an election, it's kind of... I don't know. It's kind of too small, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. For me, if it was only 16 ranks, then I would be more open to it. But the fact that there's only 37, and if they were to do a 32 rank, like 16 senbatsu, 16 undergirls, then that means 5 people didn't.
Oh no, that would suck way too hard.
Oh, but then you just change it. So instead of a 16-member senbatsu, maybe you do a subgroup, right? That's like 3 people, right? And you go,
But then you would realize if you're in those, if you didn't rank, but you had a subunit within those 5, you would just be at the subunit of the least 5 voted members.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have certain confidence in that.
Yeah, I feel like because even if okay, say you had with AKB, it's 200 something, and then 80 total, you can have some solace hey, maybe I was 90, somewhere in there. But
yeah, I would probably say that to myself too.
But with a small group like Nogizaka, it's I don't know, it becomes what's the point even, because it feels like there's not going to be as much kind of shifting in terms of the senbatsu members and things like that.
The girl's gonna jump 10 ranks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the closest thing to a sounsenkyo was when Nogizaka fans could vote for the B-sides of their first album. So it was a request hour kind of sounsenkyo. But pretty much it was kind of a song/member sounsenkyo because people were voting for the song that their oshimen showed up in most or meant the most to their oshimen. So all the Nanase songs got voted up there, all the Mayan songs, that was kind of a closer look at it. But I think the most that people would compare or kind of see it as kind of a sounsenkyo is handshake results or handshake sales, because generally those are kind of a more good luck at people's popularity or
Well, I mean,
look at these graphs.
I guess you could extend that to say for all the 48 groups too. These girls who are selling out the most must have the most fans. But then we see how Yamamoto Saika, she's always the first one to sell out, yet she ranks 6th instead of 1st.
Yeah.
So
but in Nogizaka, their results are different though.
Yeah.
Because usually Nanase is the first person to sell out, and Mayan and Manatsu are usually 2nd and 3rd person to sell out.
Yeah, but what I mean by that is if they had an election, does that necessarily mean Nanase would get 1st and Mayan and Manatsu would be 3rd, the 2nd and 3rd? Not necessarily is what I'm saying. So I think
not necessarily, but that's the closest that people can compare or predict.
Mm-hmm. But that you have to take those with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I mean, predictions are always kind of wonky anyways.
As we saw when my Oshi didn't rank. Ugh, so hurt.
But more positively, Kitahara Rie.
Kitahara Rie. I'm so happy for her.
So, my Oshiman did not rank. My Ni Oshi didn't even participate. And my 3rd Oshi, oh man, who's my, that's the thing, it's been so long since I've done a ranking, I don't even remember who my number 3 is. I think it's Yamamoto Sayaka or like Tano Yuka. No, I think it's Tano Yuka. I think my number 3 is Tano Yuka.
She dropped in ranking, so
Yeah, she dropped in ranking.
you just had a bad showing.
Yeah, so
Times like this, I'm really glad I'm a Senbat's whore, you know? 'Cause I'm just like, oh man.
Yeah, you don't have to worry as much.
Oh, my number 1 got 5th. My number 2 got 6th. My number 3 got 10th. Oh man, I'm doing good, you know?
I'm a Senbatsu whore for Nogizaka because I feel like
Well, to just think that they're-
Senbatsu ended up Senbatsu because they were really like
Senbat's
well
so good.
balanced and what is it? Placed in formation. But yeah. Yeah. But I do like the sounsenkyo. I think it's interesting, but it's so long. It's like especially when they have those. I think I remember our link went down, so we had to go on another link, and it was the link with the commentary, but the commentary overlapped the speeches, so we couldn't even hear the speeches, and that was bothersome.
It was like some sort of like
when it switched to Fuji TV.
it was like an exclusive with at a certain time.
Because originally it used to just be Burning Sky had like the rights to it, and they would stream the entire thing. But this year they like shared rights with it with Fuji, so they would do the first half, and Fuji TV would do the second half. So for the second half, we got no commentary and commercials, or no speeches, and commercials.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so long. The freaking sounsenkyo is so long. Man.
It builds up the anticipation.
I can understand though, like if you remember, it doesn't get called like early on, and you're not expecting her to rank too high, it can get pretty harsh. Though fortunately for like Albert, for example, who's an Obamino, he was like he gave up after like freaking
Next Girls, right?
Yeah, he's just like, oh, there's no way. Oh, she didn't rank this year, and then oh man, out of nowhere she gains like, what is it? 29
like 20
spots.
Yeah,
it jumped up 29 to number 27, and it was just like
that's a lot.
Yeah.
She went like
it's the SKE fans. I'm telling you.
Yeah, dude.
They have passion.
Well, I mean, for the election, they have passion for the election.
I think just.
Oh wow! Here comes the shade from Number Corner.
But I think
is that what we do? Do debate
I'm
semantics
just
now?
saying, you know, there's passion, but you know, there's many ways you can show your passion.
Well, at the same time, I feel like SKE was in such a sad decline the past few years that this year when they went up, it was like a really like refreshing big jump from their decline.
Yeah,
because usually when you decline, you don't really come back up.
It's a big time for SKE right now. Like it's really turbulent, but this was a big help.
Word.
It was a good sign.
Air 5 to my homegirl Emily.
So as much salt I have from SKE girls ranking over NMB girls, I do admit like I'm actually really happy and proud of SKE because they're like I lost so much interest in SKE after Yaga Mikumi graduated. So it's okay because Yoha is my SKE Oshi now.
She's so great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Yoha.
Poor Julia.
You guys are talking about all these people. I have no clue who they freaking
Give them a chance, Julia. Give them a chance.
No, Julia, you'll love Kitagawa Ryoha. She's so cool because she's kind of like Paru, where she's kind of like there, and she doesn't say anything, but when she does say something or she gets in the mood for something, she's super energetic and cute and like giggly and that stuff.
She's a great performer.
I'm somehow about Paru, so if she's like Paru, I'm probably going
No, she's a really good performer though. Like really.
Yeah,
I wouldn't compare her to Paru actually. She's just kind of like this shy, awkward kid who got like thrust into the spotlight way too early, and now she's like she's totally stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, because like if you only like variety, you might not like her as much because she's kind of like deer in the headlights in variety. But then when she steps on stage, it's just like ooh-ha, you little girl, get it, you know, like, But,
like, she doesn't look like she's passionate, but she actually has a lot of fun, and she really puts in a lot of work in performing.
Oh yeah, no, she like tries the hardest out of anybody. There's stories about how like she would practice in the hotel room until like up until the moment of the filming, and she had like huge blisters on her feet. Like for her first senbatsu was Sansei Kawaii, and for that one they're like she didn't sleep that entire filming. Like she was constantly practicing. And I'm like, you poor thing. So yeah.
Serrina's crying on elephants.
I know. Oh my God, that was a horrible music video for everybody.
Oh God, why are we
It's starting to
here?
sound like we're starting like, oh, let's bring Julia to the SKE side.
I'm sorry. I just
I'm not trying to bring Julia to the SKE side. I'm trying to bring her to the UHA side.
Yeah, I got too passionate.
If there's anyone in SKE, I would want Julia to like. I would want her to like Kitagawa Yoha because I really like her.
I have trouble admitting that I'm an SKE person only because of like the like very notorious, the notorious like kind of perception people have of like SKE fans. You know?
There's such a stigma.
Yeah. So because like if I go like I'm a SKE, like they're like those. But like so. I will say this: I do like every group, and I'm never like particularly happy when like a specific girl, any girl does not well. It was just overwhelmingly happy for me that SKE did so well in light of like their current situation. You know, like I love NMB, I love AKB, I love HKT, I love Nogi, I love all the groups. You know, but it's just seeing SKE do so well, especially given everything. You know, it made my day. Plus, Serrina wanted SKE to like rank out more than anybody else, so that also was a bonus for me.
Actually, no, I take it back. I want if Julia's gonna like someone in SKE, I would want her to like Judy.
Yeah,
I do like Judy because she's NMB Kanan, former.
God.
God damn it! Okay, let's take out Judy because she had like NMB influence.
I know.
But she had such a great MC at their summer tour.
She's great always.
Yeah, she's always great.
I could give like a 20-minute speech about how awesome Churi is, but I'll spare you.
No, you should watch the clip of them speaking in American accents.
Oh my God! I will repost that. It's very, very good.
Was that the one where it was like the hard Reiki one, or no?
No.
It was
Judy and Churi.
Ichitasu wa Nijanayo. Like,
That's so funny. Oh man.
I'll watch it later when you guys show me.
They just did the entire thing with like really bad American accents. Like they weren't even trying to speak English.
Doshite!
Doshite, Churi-san.
Oh God.
It was really good.
Say, be quiet. It's so good.
It's really funny.
It's her and Serrina, so I definitely I highly recommend you watch it.
I would too.
Okay, I'll check it out.
But anyways, that's.
Anyway, I feel like we've exhausted election talk.
Yeah. So the last thing on our agenda.
Oh yeah. So if anyone actually watched last week or not last week's last episode's topic, we were trying to get Julia into Nogizaka 46 because she didn't know anything about them. So, how's your update?
Alright, so I've been watching a lot. So in the past month, I've gone through. I've been watching only Nogi Bingo because I'm trying to.
I think Nogi Bingo is easier to watch than Nogi Doko because you needed like a good background, like steady. From like you needed to grow onto it, whereas Nogi Bingo, it's more like anyone could watch it and fall in love with it within the first episode.
Right. So I watched most of all of season 1, like 90% of season 2, and like I skipped a few, like 1 or 2, and then I picked and chose in season 3 a few.
That's cool.
So some of the episodes that I liked were, let me pull up my little list.
Like it's probably mostly like Moso.
Yeah, well, there was the Moso requests, and then I really liked the one where the second gens were trying to get close to the first gens.
Yeah.
That was a really good one, and I was like, you guys, you're so cute.
I love how they always randomly cry every episode.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, that's the best. And then the Munakune battle race. Because I like those types of like improv type things. And then the New Wife contest where everyone's cooking. because of like it's called Ikuta Eriko's like
Fantastic
and
cooking
her
ability.
ultimate like great cooking skills. That was great. But I haven't really, in terms of like who I feel like who's in the running for my Oshimens. There's like maybe
My prediction was Mayan.
Yeah, so Mayan's like the front runner. Because I did a sort.
Good job. Good job.
Today,
Good
this
choices.
morning. Yeah. So let me pull it up in English because I can't read the Japanese one. Mayan is 1 at 111 points. That's my own little senbatsu.
Your sounsenkyo results.
Yeah.
Sounsenkyo.
And then Kasumi came in second, actually.
Oh,
Yes.
hey.
But
the blow.
tied for second with Sakurai Reiko. Wait, what's her name?
Nice.
Tonkotsu captain. Okay.
Yeah, there you
Alright.
go. And then Nanase came in fourth.
Yes.
And then what's called Sloth Hashimoto
Yeah.
came in at.
Hashimoto Nani.
You heathen,
Sorry.
Julia. You
Hmm.
heathen. You
And then-
blasphemer.
And then I won't read the whole list, but then I feel like
Wait, where did my rank?
Yeah,
I just
where's-
wanna know
where's
where-
the Holy Mother?
My rank? My rank did at 10 for me, but I feel like she should actually have been higher.
What about Ikuta?
Ikuta.
Ah.
Well, I only took a screen cap of top 12, unfortunately.
My
Sorry.
Oshi out of your list.
Okay, but then like I enjoy watching her. I mean, I just like.
Hey, who made it? Who made number 12? Like a little borderline.
Okay, borderline was. Oh, okay. So this was actually my dark horse, because I feel like she's very intriguing. So
Mhm.
Ito Karen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Karin.
Yeah,
Ito
because
Karin.
Karin.
Karin, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was gonna say, so the four that are sort of in the running are like Mayan, Kazumin, maybe Mai, maybe. Because like because in Nogi Bingo I feel like you don't see a lot of her, because she doesn't do a lot variety wise.
Yeah.
Mai
But
Mai?
her Moso requests are so good. No, Mai.
Yeah,
Yeah,
her
yeah.
most of the requests are.
Yeah. I just want the gap to be real.
Oh, man.
Just this
That would
month, I'll
be-
be a unholy mother.
That would be the best.
Okay, I'm gonna give you
curious.
some insights, Julia, because you
Yes,
don't
please.
know. Even though Fukugawa Mai, she's not like a variety heavy person, right? She's more like handshake and Moso heavy. Like she's very nice,
Mm-hmm.
but she gives very good commentary on music and on idols. Like, so she and Kazumin are co-hosts with singer Kay on Sony Reco, which is a music talk show on YouTube. And she's really into music. She also did commentary on soccer, and she has also commented on the members in magazine interviews, and she's also done, like, she's very observant, which is another charm that other people like, because people like how she's very observant, and she cares for them and points it out, like, oh, like, aren't you cold, like that kind of thing, But it's just the fact, like, she's very observant,
so
and she
kind.
like gives very good commentary and thought to things
So
that people
compassionate,
really like
so
her.
caring.
Yeah. So even though she doesn't get a lot of media, when she is on media and she gets to talk,
She's an.
oof.
But then I want the comment, because as an coming from NMB, like I want people who are like
Yeah, like variety.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, I'm
funny comments and like
I'm curious what's your opinion how Ikoma ranked, because you're more variety.
Oh yeah. So actually, I always really like watching Ikoma just because she's so funny and she has like a good sense of like, what would be the most entertaining thing to say or do on the show. But like she's like in the Oshiman friend zone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like it's just like I like watching you, but like I don't see myself
Oh
and money to
shit.
support you.
Yeah.
Um,
Poor Ikomo.
I know, but like a member that I actually really do like, in general. But yeah, Kazumine, I like that Moe gap.
Yes, Kazumi.
And then and like when she did like that, when they did the AK Best or whatever the equivalent,
Yeah.
and then she did her like last minute Kindle thing. They put the balloon on the guy's butt.
Yeah, so good.
And then just that was so good.
Hold your peace.
You know,
So
if you get to oh man, you haven't got. Do you know Nogi-chu? That Nogi under construction.
I've heard about it. I haven't actually watched it.
So yeah, but if you ever do get the chance to watch it, there's an episode that's Kazumi concentrated, and one of the fun facts that they said on the show was that Kazumi likes Nojo Ami so much. And do you know how Sakurai Reika and Wakatsuki Yumi, like everyone just says like, oh, like they're lesbians for each other?
No.
But everyone
on Nogi Doko, I think, was when they get to that.
When they said that, okay.
Well, both of them are just so close. Like they always call each other their partner. So people are thinking like, ooh, like partner in life, you know, kind of thing. So everyone ships those two together, and like everyone says that Reika's like a total lesbian. And so on Nogi-chu, they said that Kazumi really, really likes Nojo Ami. So everyone's like, are you a lesbian for Ami? Because everyone is just thinking, Kazumi, you don't let anyone touch you, but you hug Nojo Ami. And then she's just like, you know, like in the corner, just like.
Embarrassed.
So, yeah, and then if you watch Nogi Room, which is the segment after Nogi-chu, or no, Nogi Bingo, yeah, Nogi Bingo, Kazumi said that when she got onto the elevator and she saw Reika through the elevator doors, Reika was just like, welcome, you know, as if like she was welcoming her to the lesbian world or something.
That's funny.
So, if, you know, for the goofy goofs, I could see you liking Kazumi and Reika for their like little like lesbian teases.
But I feel like Ito Karin's like there's something that draws me in, but I don't know what it is. And
Ito
I wanna
Karin,
know
she's
more.
very good at talking. At handshake events, everyone loves her because Ito Karin is like everyone's best friend. So everyone has a lot of fun at her handshake lane. It's always noisy and loud and like super hyped up. So I'm not surprised that you have an interest in her because she's really fun. She's really funny too.
Yeah, I wrote she makes some really good comments and seems smart, and I like that she's like a self-proclaimed Woda, or at least was at the time. I don't know.
No, she still is. She's Kazumi. She's a Kazumi Oshi.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
yes.
See more of her.
Yes, Nanase top 4.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it was a rough sort. It was the morning, and I had time.
Still a little hurt.
You should like her because she's from Osaka, from you know, the Kansai area.
The Kansai
Plus,
Ben?
oh, and the thing I really like about Nanase is that even though she's very quiet, when you do get past her quiet, like, shield, she's actually very, she talks a lot. She talks a lot, she laughs a lot, and she also teases people. So, like, the fact that you see this girl who doesn't talk and looks like she would get tease other people, is like, yes! Yeah!
But moving on, I think the only person I feel like I have any interest in, whose is on Nogi Bingo and is, like, quite large, like, a big figure on there, is, like, Akimoto Manatsu.
Oh, what about her?
I don't really like her that much, but I think it's because the little devil character doesn't really work for me in general.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yo, I don't want to be Manatsu. And Serrina said I was Manatsu.
Yeah, but it's like even with like Milky, who has like this, I feel like a similar kind of. They like to call it the same kind of thing. And then like Milky took it took a while to grow on me, and it was only because like I saw her do other stuff.
I feel like with Milky, she knows what she's doing though.
Yeah.
Manatsu is doing what she thinks people would like.
See, but that annoys me more because then it's like, okay, at least you're doing it for the entertainment value.
No, I like it when other members make fun of her for it.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Like, or when just like full on get gross when she does like things like that. It's really funny.
It's still a part of her though.
Yo, she stole her thighs on purpose. Come on now, Manatsu.
Like she's actually like that in real life apparently. Like she knows she's cute and like she's cutesy, but she's also very insecure. Like she says she cries every night because she feels insecure or like she feels bad.
Is that supposed to make me like her more? Like I don't
understand. Oh no. Well, I'm just.
You're just explaining, yeah.
Like it's not all like overconfidence, cockiness kind of thing. But yes. Well, so
that's it.
Yes, Nase, potential. I
don't know. I feel like Mayan has a pretty strong front running right there.
Yeah, my prediction, my money is on Mayan. But yeah. So, closing that segment, we're going to fully close the show and let us know if you have any comments or feedback. You can hit us up on Twitter. Everyone's Twitter will be posted in the description box. And also, we have other shows that we all participate in. I participate on the New School Kaidan podcast every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Pacific. Jimmy and Julia participate in Tamrai Glutes, which is every Thursday at 9.
Glutes torn.
Yeah.
Is it every Thursday?
Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. Okay.
Tomorrow.
We're tentative dates. But tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like a joke, but I jokingly intern for Basugasu Bakuhatsu that airs every Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific. And coming soon, another show that I'm going to be in charge of is Nogi Playdate, which is a Nogizaka concentrated podcast. And the recording is going to be either next Wednesday or next Thursday. But I'm not sure. But I'll update on that. And I'm trying to make it really special. So I'm going to try to have a lot of, Nogi fans that people know guests on it. And we're going to talk about Nogizaka, my favorite group. And oh man, I'm so excited. You have no idea.
Is there going to be a page that people can find Nogi Playdate information?
Yeah. Serrina on Twitter.
I know Tear My Glutes. We just opened up a WordPress.
TearMyGlutes.wordpress.com.
Yeah.
We have exclusive rights over Emily on Fangirl Talk.
Yes, she's just on the one.
Oh.
with us right now. Yes.
Thank you.
I like how you branded her when she didn't even know it, or you didn't even consult it with her either. It's just
I didn't realize I was part of it. I was on one episode.
You were.
Once you're in, you're never out.
Call me back if you need
Alright,
me.
but anyway.
But yes, I will update more information on FanGirls Talk and Nogi Playdates. So, look forward to that, and thank you for sticking around. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.